It's time for step 3. Notice, when do we do the research? When we're doing a research essay. We don't start off with it. You have to think about what you're going to write about, come up with that good topic, check it out, plug it into that flow chart, thesis, outline, and then you do your research. You have to take control of the research. Don't let the research take control of you. Okay, what kinds of resources are allowed? This is what everybody's wondering about. Okay. We can, of course, always use books. For this essay, a good place to look is articles that you'll find in newspapers, magazines, and journals. That's a good place to find information for a causal analysis. And you can only use internet sources if they end in .edu. Those are educational resources that are content controlled. Now, remember, newspapers, magazines, and journals, they have the print copy that you could buy from a newsstand, and that same content is also put online. That's okay to use because what is it? It's a newspaper like The State, which is out of Columbia. They put that information, that same paper, online, and you can read it online. You can use that. That doesn't count as internet because it's a newspaper. Likewise for weekly magazines such as Time, Newsweek, U.S. News and World Report, those are perfectly fine to use. And then there's all those different academic journals. So don't exclude yourself from those things, but do exclude yourself from everything else on Google except for that stuff that ends in .edu. Now, since you have your thesis and outline done already, you're going to know what to look for when you're reading your research. And this is one of the most helpful tips that I can share with folks. When you have your outline done, get different colored highlighters, and then each topic sentence gets its own color. So for example, that idea would get yellow, one pink, and then the other purple. And then when you're reading through your articles and you hit boom, you see that idea. Get that color highlighter and then highlight it. And same with pink and then with purple. And what you'll be doing is saving yourself time when you start to pull information from the articles and then plug it into your outline and start to flesh out your paragraphs. You'll be saving yourself so much time. Plus, you'll realize that when you go through and you're reading your articles, that there's lots of good information in the articles, but you can't use it all. And that's why, again, step 2, we have to know what to write about before we go looking for it. So this is how we stay on topic with the research essay, and we don't allow information that's not included in our thesis statement to work its way into our paper. And the next step, we're going to look at something that's very, very critical. Taking that information from our articles and then plugging it into the paper using APA documentation, and we'll look at that